El presidente Donald Trump acaba de recibir un golpe inesperado rumbo a las elecciones de medio término. El senador demócrata Jon Ossoff ya está usando públicamente a Natalie Harp y sus polémicas alrededor de Donald Trump como parte de su campaña. Quédense hasta el final porque veremos por qué esta historia puede convertirse en un verdadero problema electoral para todos los republicanos. Y rápidamente, no olviden suscribirse al canal para saber lo que está pasando en Estados Unidos todos los días. Comencemos. La impresora humana de Donald Trump, Natalie Harp, acaba hace unos días de convertirse en un tema de discusión principal para las elecciones de medio término. Sí, la gente se refiere a ella como la impresora humana de Donald Trump, pero otras personas dicen que hay algo más profundo y sentimental ocurriendo ahí dentro. Sabemos que Donald Trump y Natalie Harp se estaban escondiendo en un contenedor de catering cuando Donald Trump salió a toda prisa del antiguo Air Force One, esto fue en el final de la cumbre de la OTAN en Turquía, para huir y esconderse tras creer que, ya saben, él y Natalie Harp podrían ser objetivos de un intento de asesinato iraní. Porque esto fue lo que Benjamin Netanyahu le dijo a Donald Trump. Pero ahora, el senador demócrata Jon Ossoff, el senador del gran estado de Georgia, acaba de realizar un increíble mitin de campaña en Atlanta, donde sacó a relucir a Natalie Harp. Sí, el senador demócrata Jon Ossoff fue allí y dijo la verdad sobre Donald Trump. A él no le importa un carajo el pueblo estadounidense, ni un ápice solo el pueblo estadounidense le interesa a Donald Trump. Esto fue lo que dijo Jon Ossoff. Todo lo que Donald Trump quiere hacer es tomar y tomar más. Hacer sus operaciones bursátiles como información privilegiada y huir con Natalie Harp en estos contenedores de catering, mientras que el pueblo estadounidense sufre. Aquí está Natalie Harp cuando sale del Air Force One, regresando de Bedminster con Donald Trump. La pueden ver allí con 2 computadoras portátiles y 2 teléfonos, justo en ese momento. El senador demócrata Jon Ossoff, en su discurso en Atlanta, hizo que el lugar se viniera abajo del impacto. Debo decir que se ve, muy presidencial en ese momento. Sé que tiene una campaña para el Senado que dirigir, sé que se enfrenta ahora a un extremista republicano de MAGA, Mike Collins, y Jon Ossoff simplemente destruyó a Collins durante este meeting. Les mostraré lo que dijo sobre Collins también, pero sí quiero mencionar que Jon Ossoff se ve sumamente presidencial aquí. La verdad, se ve muy presidencial. Está dando un discurso increíble y está diciendo, sí, Donald Trump solo quiere irse y estar con su Natalie Harp. Miren, por favor.
And while the sailors on the Lincoln fight his war, while he fruitlessly drains our munitions and oil reserves, the president sleeps through his meetings. He golfs and trades stocks. See, he doesn't want to do the job. He wants to build his ballroom and travel with Natalie on their apparently defenseless flying palace gifted by the Emir of Qatar.
Lo dije, el senador Jon Ossoff luego habla de cómo el régimen de Donald Trump hizo que el pueblo estadounidense pagara más por todo, por absolutamente todo, y nos llevó a la guerra con mentiras, como todos sabemos. Miren, por favor.
Now remember, he promised to lower prices on day one. You remember that? And I want the president's remaining supporters to hear this because it was all a lie. Under Donald J. Trump, it costs more than ever to stock your fridge, to power your home, to make a cup of coffee, to buy school supplies for your kid or a tractor for your farm. Gas is up 30% since inauguration. Diesel, 47%, coffee, 35%, ground beef, 23%. They doubled your health insurance premiums and slashed Medicaid to cut taxes for their corporate donors and the ultra-rich. They made you pay more for everything and took us to war on lies and spent most of last year trying to cover up for the world's most famous pedophile while the crook president and his crook family raked in billions. While your tax dollars were put to work backing Trump's businesses. See, they are literally the elites they pretend to hate. So say it again with me now, Atlanta. Enough is enough.
Aquí tenemos más del senador Jon Ossoff. Por cierto, el mitin es increíble, donde Jon Ossoff habla de cómo muchas de las personas que están aquí, donde Jon Ossoff habla de cómo muchas de las personas que están aquí están porque simplemente no pueden soportar lo que les está pasando a Estados Unidos gracias a Donald Trump. Miren, por favor.
Atlanta, are you ready to win? Now, I know many of you are here today because you just can't stand what's been done to our country. Our government made a tool of one man's vengeance, power, and wealth. Prices soar while the president rakes in billions. Cancer patients lose insurance while the rich get another tax cut. We're plunged deeper and deeper into another reckless war. Private prisons full of families grow in size and squalor. The Justice Department and even our intelligence agencies are twisted to serve this president's vendettas. But in 8 weeks, Atlanta, in 8 weeks, we can cast our ballots and say enough is enough. In 8 weeks, we will vote to rebuke him so decisively that no president will dare such abuses again for centuries, Atlanta.
El senador Jon Ossoff también habla luego sobre lo que Donald Trump y Pete Hegseth, el secretario de Defensa, estaban diciendo sobre el día 9 de la guerra. El día 40 de la guerra, lo que Pete Hegseth y Donald Trump estaban diciendo, estos despreciables gremlins. Miren, por favor.
So say it again with me now, Atlanta. Enough is enough. Now, he promised to lower prices on day one. He also promised peace and gave us war. Now, in its 6 months, they drained our stockpiles to achieve nothing. Iran still has its uranium, Hormuz is still closed, and it was all lies. 18 brave Americans killed in action. Remember last year they claimed Iran's nuclear program had been obliterated? Then this year they claimed it posed an imminent nuclear threat? Both times lies. On day one of the war, listen to this, day one, the president said the war was, quote, ahead of schedule. Ahead of schedule. On day 4, he declared victory. Today is day 170. And did y'all see Hegseth in front of that committee? Did y'all see it? Listen to this. On day 9 of the war, the incompetent Pete Hegseth guaranteed Iranian surrender. On day 14, he claimed Iran's military had been destroyed. On day 40, he said every single objective had been achieved. That was 4 months ago. They've lied nonstop about this war like they lie about everything. And they know they're lying, but they lie and they keep lying anyway because in this White House, they view persistence in deceit as a virtue. You hear me, Atlanta? And there's something uniquely despicable about lying a nation into war. Treating citizens as fools and those who serve as pawns.
Aquí tenemos más al senador Jon Ossoff, justo aquí hablando sobre el llamado Día de la Liberación de Donald Trump. Miren, por favor.
And above all, Donald wants to get money. How much have you heard about the president's stock trading? When he first announced the tariffs, you remember that? He called it Liberation Day. And it crashed the markets because it was clown policy. You remember that? Okay, so follow me through on this. He announces the tariffs on April 2nd of last year. The markets tank nonstop for like a week because it's a disastrous trade policy. And 6 days into the crash, April 8th, Trump buys millions in stock. I'm talking Amazon, Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Berkshire Hathaway. And then the very next morning, April 9th, he posts on Truth Social, quote, "This is a great time to buy." 3 exclamation marks. Okay, now listen to this. 3 hours and 41 minutes after that post, 1 day after he bought millions in stock, he canceled the tariffs and triggered one of the biggest same-day rebound rallies in market history. He's trying to get money. And you saw now he's offering paid subscriptions to presidential announcements, right? Just understand what's for sale here. The sitting president's pronouncements on war and peace and economic policy delivered first to paying customers? What an absolute crook. And speaking of crooks, not a lot of people know this, but Congressman Mike Collins is literally one of the most active crypto traders in the entire Congress, House or Senate.
Aquí tenemos más del senador Jon Ossoff. Les daré la línea completa de la que habló con respecto a Natalie Harp. ¿Cómo la conecta? Esto es lo que él hace, un trabajo tan interesante, tan genial. Conecta el comportamiento personal despreciable de Donald Trump con el contexto más amplio, con la situación general que está teniendo lugar ahora, mientras que el pueblo estadounidense sufre. Mientras que los marineros, los Marines y los miembros del servicio, increíblemente valientes, están sufriendo. Mientras todo esto pasa, Donald Trump está con Natalie Harp en Bedminster. Donald Trump y Natalie Harp escondiéndose junto en cajas de contenedores. Miren, por favor.
And there's something uniquely despicable about lying a nation into war. Treating citizens as fools and those who serve as pawns. Aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln, they've now been at sea for 240 plus days without a port call. It's a Navy record. And still they serve with excellence. God bless the sailors, Marines, aviators, and all aboard the United States ship Abraham Lincoln. See, they don't expect luxury. They'll endure hardship. But they deserve competent leaders who send them into combat only when necessary and with decisive clarity of purpose, not fools who lie about the purpose and progress of war. And while the sailors on the Lincoln fight his war, while he fruitlessly drains our munitions and oil reserves, the president sleeps through his meetings. He golfs and trades stocks. See, he doesn't want to do the job. He wants to build his ballroom and travel with Natalie on their apparently defenseless flying palace gifted by the Emir of Qatar.
Aquí tenemos más del senador Jon Ossoff hablando de cómo Donald Trump y su enfermo régimen dijeron que los recortes de impuestos para los multimillonarios de alguna manera van a ayudar a la clase media. Y han hecho exactamente todo lo contrario. Miren, por favor.
The Mar-a-Lago mafia really has taken American corruption to spectacular new heights. But corruption in American politics runs a lot deeper than Donald Trump. And see, I get why people voted for him. Because even before he came on the scene, American politics was coin-operated. Money's in, favors out. It's been running on corporate money, secret money, billionaire money, both sides. And when members of Congress aren't fundraising from lobbyists and corporate PACs, they're just trying to dodge getting bombed by these super PACs. So spectacular wealth buys an ever greater share of power over our national affairs. And this corruption is why nothing works for ordinary people. It's why you pay a fortune for prescriptions. It's why your insurance company gets away with denying your cancer treatment. It's why we're promised progress and we get more of the same. So many broken promises. We promised tax cuts for the rich would grow the middle class. We were promised Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. We were promised fairness only to see banks bailed out while millions lost their homes. Do you remember that? We were promised hard work would earn wealth and advancement. But for too many, the treadmill gets faster and steeper. Georgians work harder and longer, but the bills just get higher and higher. A 60-hour work week still needs SNAP. Santa can't make your little girl's wish come true this year. That bucket list trip is off the table for good. And the corporate disrespect is suffocating. Instead of reading to your child that precious spare hour after work, you're on the phone fighting your bank or the cable company. After a cancer diagnosis, you can't fight the cancer till you fight your insurance company while they try to deny you the care you need. A toddler's ambulance is followed by a $3,000 bill. So Trump promised to attack a broken system. I get it. Right target. Yes, the system is really rigged, but he's not unrigging it. He's re-rigging it for himself. So how do we unrig American politics? Well, first, follow the money. Citizens United was the most destructive Supreme Court decision in modern American history. And see, Donald Trump's rise is a symptom of all of this. And I suspect many of you are here because you recognize that our task is not just to contain his wickedness, but to cure the rot that gave rise to it.
Luego, el senador Jon Ossoff destroza a Mike Golding, su oponente en la contienda por el Senado. Quiero que lo vean, por favor.
And then there's the neo-Nazi propagandist with 1 million followers producing neo-Nazi propaganda at Mike Collins' house while producing promotional content for Mike Collins' business. This is a real thing that happened. And Mike still refuses to answer whether his business paid the neo-Nazi or if he just accepted the neo-Nazi services as a gift. The press asked him and he ran away. Did you see it? He literally ran away from a press conference. It was Mike Collins alone standing in a field. A reporter asks if he paid the neo-Nazi. He won't answer. Another asks if Mike endorses white nationalism. He won't answer. Mike literally gets so scared you can see his hand shaking at the podium until he just flees. A crumbling little bigot. And the sad spectacle of a collapsing campaign. Because see, Brian Kemp was right about Mike Collins. There's a reason Rick Jackson won't commit to campaigning with Mike. Why Brad Raffensperger won't endorse him. Why conservative WSB radio host Shelley Winter called Mike a bottom feeder. Why Coach Dooley condemned Mike's, quote, blatant taxpayer-funded corruption and said Mike's, quote, disgusting behavior does not represent Georgia values or, frankly, any values. Why Eric Erickson said that Mike, quote, knowingly hired a sociopath with a criminal record who was alleged to have used your and my tax dollars to subsidize his girlfriend. There's a reason one of the founders of the Tea Party said this summer, quote, "I cannot in good conscience vote for Mike Collins. He is unfit for office," and warned that Collins would, quote, "drag down the whole Republican ticket in Georgia." There's a reason. And that reason is Mike Collins is a known bigot under federal investigation for the illegal misuse of tax dollars, surrounded by neo-Nazis and white nationalists, widely known for his poor character and low integrity, who voted for war and voted to cut your health care and is unfit for any elected office.
Aquí tenemos más del senador Jon Ossoff, justo aquí sobre la absurda situación en la que se encuentra este país, ya saben, bajo el régimen autoritario de Donald Trump. Miren, por favor.
In Atlanta, what's required of us now is so much greater than what that small, self-serving politics can muster. I've got 2 little girls at home. Eva's 4 and Lila's 1, and I'm so grateful to this country for the security and the opportunity it affords them. But this isn't the world I want to leave them. Soon enough, they'll learn there's now plastic in human blood and breast milk. That toxic forever chemicals are in half the country's drinking water. Eva loves animal documentaries, and she'll learn that the butterflies are dying off. She'll ask me why I allowed these things to happen. She'll learn about the nuclear weapon that still threaten annihilation. And when you step back and consider it, the situation is absurd. Tech titans dig bunkers and warn us the new intelligence they're training could lead to mass joblessness or human extinction, and our Congress debates ballrooms and youth sports. We've amassed enough firepower to end the world 1,000 times over, but we can't summon the will to guarantee health care and pre-K. I say all this to say that it's the crushing weakness of our politics against the unmet needs of our people and the massive stakes of our times that's shaking our faith in the future. But Atlanta, I refuse to leave my girls a world as dark and dangerous and cruel as this one threatens to become. See, when Eva Eva's old enough to ask me why I let this happen, I'm determined to answer truthfully that I didn't. I'll tell her how the same year she turned 5, Georgia stood up all together, all at once, and said, "Enough is enough." I'll tell her how we overcame every doubt and dirty trick, not just to win, but to set a new course for our state and our country and our world. Because Atlanta, our power's right there, just waiting for us to pick it up and use it. And a wave is building. The kind of wave that comes once a generation when the people have been pushed too far. And they decide all together, all at once, to say what? Enough is enough. The polls open in 8 weeks, Atlanta. 8 weeks. Atlanta, are you ready to work? Atlanta, are you ready to win? Thank you. God bless you. Let's get it done. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Finalmente, esto es lo que dice sobre Mike Collins. Miren, por favor.
And the sad spectacle of a collapsing campaign. Because, see, Brian Kemp was right about Mike Collins. There's a reason Rick Jackson won't commit to campaigning with Mike. Why Brad Raffensperger won't endorse him. Why conservative WSB radio host Shelley Winter called Mike a bottom feeder. Why Coach Dooley condemned Mike's, quote, blatant taxpayer-funded corruption and said Mike's, quote, disgusting behavior does not represent Georgia values or, frankly, any values. Why Why Eric Erickson said that Mike, quote, knowingly hired a sociopath with a criminal record who was alleged to have used your and my tax dollars to subsidize his girlfriend. There's a reason one of the founders of the Tea Party said this summer, quote, I cannot in good conscience vote for Mike Collins. He is unfit for office, and warned that Collins would, quote, drag down the whole Republican ticket in Georgia. There's a reason. And that reason is Mike Collins is a known bigot under federal investigation for the illegal misuse of tax dollars, surrounded by neo-Nazis and white nationalists, widely known for his poor character and low integrity, who voted for war and voted to cut your health care, and is unfit for any elected office. By the way, if you think what's come out so far about Mike is bad, believe me, there's more and worse on the way.
Muy potente, la verdad. Jon Ossoff para mí es de las personas que tiene más esta aura presidencial que otros. Considero yo que tal vez en un, qué sé yo, 2032, 2036, sea un buen candidato a presidente. Pero bueno amigos, acabamos de llegar al final del video. Espero que les haya gustado. Si fue así, por favor, déjenmelo saber en los comentarios. Recuerden que si les gusta el contenido de política estadounidense, les va a encantar suscribirse al canal, ya que subo videos como estos todos los días. Mi nombre es José Alvarado, yo soy economista y estoy comprometido a informarlos diariamente. Nos vemos en el siguiente video. Adiós.